All the boys and the coach have been rescued from that cave in Thailand. We have the latest details.
George Clooney in a scooter accident in Italy. We'll tell you how he's doing after being released from the hospital.
Justin Bieber makes his engagement official with a swoon-worthy post about Hailey Baldwin.
Our Bachelorette is getting closer to love and has narrowed down her options for next week's hometown visits. We're reliving all of the tough decisions from last night's episode with our Bachelorette recap.
Plus, Forrest Whitaker, Theo James, and Kat Graham give us all the scoop on their new apocalyptic movie, How It Ends.
They are live with us today on People Now.
Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Welcome to People Now. So good to see you. How you doing, Andrea?
I'm good. We got a lot of great stuff today. A lot of guests, engagements.
Lots of love that's in the air.
I know. And you have some really good news, too.
I do have good news. It's great to start off this way. Here's what you need to know and what's trending today. All 12 members of the youth soccer team and their adult coach have been safely rescued from the flooded Thailand cave where they were trapped. This is confirmed by the Thai Navy SEALs on Tuesday afternoon. Now, it's been more than 2 weeks since the members of the Wild Boars soccer team were stranded. They'd been exploring the cave in northern Thailand on June 23rd when heavy rains and rising floodwaters blocked the team's path, leaving the group unable to get out. But this past Sunday, the first 4 boys were pulled from the cave, and on Monday, 4 more were brought to safety. CNN reports that 19 divers assisted in Tuesday's final operation, and 4 of those divers are still waiting to come out of the cave complex. The Today Show reports the 12 boys and their coach will be quarantined for up to a week due to high risk of infection. They said, quote, they have scratches, fever, and signs of hypothermia, but overall, they're in remarkably good health. The outlets add that the parents will be able to see their kids while they're in quarantine, but they cannot touch them. Now, thousands of Navy SEAL divers, police, soldiers, border guards, and officials were brought in to help with the around-the-clock rescue efforts, including pararescue and survival specialists from the U.S. Pacific Command. 1 Thai Navy SEAL diver died last Friday during the initial rescue preparations. Of course, our thoughts and prayers with that Thai Navy SEAL diver's family. An extraordinary rescue mission there. Happy the team is safe. More updates on that on people.com. Guys, George Clooney is in recovery mode after being involved in a motor vehicle accident on the Italian island of Sardinia. The 57-year-old star was reportedly rushed to the hospital Tuesday morning after falling off his scooter. Police telling NBC that the accident occurred when a driver of a car allegedly did not respect the right-of-way and cut across the star's path and hit him. A rep for the actor tells People that, quote, George was treated and released from a hospital. He's recovering at home and will be fine. Now, according to the Italian news outlet La Nuova, the father of 2 was taken to the emergency room after complaining of, quote, slight trauma to the pelvis and bruises to one leg and an arm. He also reportedly underwent an MRI. The outlet adds that wife Amal rushed to his side, but after he was given the all clear, they left the hospital together in a private car. George is in Sardinia to shoot his Hulu limited series, Catch 22. On Tuesday, Meghan Markle joined husband Prince Harry, Will, Kate, and the rest of the royal fam to mark the 100th birthday celebrations of the Royal Air Force. Meghan wearing an Audrey Hepburn-inspired black Dior dress with her go-to boat neck neckline, paired with a Stephen Jones fascinator. There she goes, looking great. The service was held at Westminster Abbey to honor the world's first independent Air Force, which was set apart from the British Army and Royal Navy on April 1st, 1918. Meghan's sister-in-law, Kate Middleton, also attended the celebration, and another flawless Alexander McQueen creation, despite still being on maternity leave and celebrating her son Prince Louis's christening on Monday. They're all staying busy, and Kate took over from Prince Philip as honorary Air Commandant of the Air Cadets in December 2015. During his military career, her husband, Prince William, served in the RAF Search and Rescue Service in North Wales. He was joined briefly by his brother Harry at RAF Shawbury, where they both trained to fly helicopters. Now, Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip were absent from Louis's christening on Monday, but the Queen appeared in good spirits at Tuesday's event. Following the service, the Queen was joined by her son, Prince Charles, to give a short speech. Afterward, the Queen headed back inside to join her family on Buckingham Palace's iconic balcony to observe a traditional fly past. The event featured 100 aircraft, including jet fighters, a World War II bomber, and the ceremonial red arrows. After the celebrations on Tuesday, Meghan and Harry are set to head to Dublin, Ireland for their first official overseas visit since their May 19th wedding. You can stay on people.com for all the latest from that trip. And stick around, we'll have all the details on Prince Louis's royal christening with our royal correspondent Imogen Lloyd-Webber. That is coming up in just a little bit. But Andrea, you have more trending news for us.
Yes, we are kicking us our tracks with a big engagement confirmation. So it is official. Justin Bieber has confirmed his engagement to Hailey Baldwin with, what else, an Instagram post. The Biebs shared a black and white photo of the newly engaged couple. And if you look around Hailey's finger, you'll notice a simple band with diamonds. In the caption, Bieber wrote, quote, "Was gonna wait a while to say anything, but word travels fast. Listen, plain and simple, Hailey, I am so in love with everything about you." He adds, "My heart is completely and fully yours, and I will always put you first. You are the love of my life, Hailey Baldwin, and I wouldn't want to spend it with anybody else. You make me so much better, and we complement each other so well. Can't wait for the best season of life yet." It's funny because now with you, everything seems to make sense. He also revealed the significance of their engagement date, July 7th, and the, quote, "spiritual perfection of the number 7. He says, "We got engaged on the 7th day of the 7th month. The number 7 is the number of spiritual perfection. It's true. Google it." I think a lot of people are probably going to Google it now just to make sure.
Googling.
Well, Hailey followed her new fiance's Instagram with a tweet saying, "Not sure what I did in life to deserve such happiness, but I'm so utterly grateful to God for giving me such an incredible person to share my life with. No words could ever express my gratitude." Now, family members were quick to weigh in, with Justin's father, Jeremy Bieber, sharing this Instagram post, writing, "Proud is an understatement. Excited for the next chapter." Justin's mother, Patty Millette, tweeted, "Love, love, 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 love." Now, the couple got engaged Saturday evening in the Bahamas during dinner at a local restaurant, according to TMZ, who was the first to report the news. A source tells People it's kind of a surprise, but kind of not. Justin has been extremely happy these past few weeks. He has known Hailey for a long time. This might seem sudden, but they know each other very well. Well, I think we all have a really good feeling about this one. Congrats to Justin and Hailey. And with the official announcement about the Biebs' engagement on Instagram, of course, speculations on how Selena Gomez is holding up were pretty soon to follow. Well, the 25-year-old singer was all smiles as she stepped out in New York City on Monday with seemingly longer brown locks. Selena rocked plain gray sweatpants, a black t-shirt, and white sneakers for her hairstyle debut around the Big Apple. As news of her ex's engagement continued to make headlines, Gomez seems to be enjoying her time in New York. From a friend-filled boat cruise on Sunday to a city stroll with a fresh look the following day, nothing is slowing this girl down. Now, Justin and Selena began spending time together again after she split with The Weeknd in October of 2017. The exes were spotted riding bikes, kissing at hockey games, and even attended the wedding of Justin's father in Jamaica. However, the romance ended somewhat abruptly after the Biebs' birthday in March. A source told People, quote, "They haven't spoken in months. She hasn't been talking about him since they ended things again earlier this year." While Justin is gearing up for his wedding, Selena plans on recording some new music and working on future projects. And all right, we like to stay on top of the trends here. There is a trend sweeping Instagram, and the most famous doll is responsible, the beloved Barbie. The Barbie feet pose is taking over social media. Yes, buckle in, guys. Now, it's just a stance, imitating Barbie's feet, standing on your tippy toes and playing them like the iconic doll does so well. Apparently, the pose makes the legs look longer and really is the perfect pose for a swimsuit or being barefoot on the beach. Now, clearly, the Kardashians are experts at the Barbie feet pose. Kourtney and her crew kicked off the summer on their toes, and Kim was very pointy in an Instagram picture she posted just the other day. The feet lovers are probably all loving this. Other celebs from Britney Spears, Jenna Dewan, Shay Mitchell, and even Vanessa Hudgens have been spotted striking the pose. So grab your camera, head to the beach, start pointing those toes, guys. Hey, it makes your legs longer. Must be a good thing. Those are your Star Treks for today.
I'm pointing mine right now. You can't see it, but it makes I feel more emboldened. Stay with us. We have all the details from Prince Louis' christening with our royal correspondent, Imogen Lloyd-Webber, plus Forrest Whitaker, Theo James, Kat Graham. They join us live. They're talking all about their new Netflix. Wow, I'm still thrown off by the toe point. Netflix thriller, How It Ends. I don't think they point their toes. We'll find out. Stick around for that.
Well, this is shell-shocking. I couldn't do anything more than I did. I thought she cared about me like I cared about her. I wasn't ready to go home. Not like this.
So emotional, but guess what, Wills? We are not ready for you to go home either. The Bachelorette fan favorite will have another chance at love on this upcoming season of Bachelor in Paradise. People exclusively confirms that the 29-year-old graphic designer, along with some other familiar faces, will travel to Mexico for the 5th installment of the popular spin-off. Bachelor in Paradise premieres next month, August 7th, so get ready for even more tears, cheers, and drama. But first, onto our live recap of Monday night's Bachelorette. Watch this.
I'm Action.
Yeah.
You know what Joel needs?
What do we need?
Some conk. I'm conking
I think I
the
could
She
use
needs a little conk in her life right now.
It's the Viagra, the Bahamian Viagra.
the Bahamian Viagra.
Viagra, yes.
Oh.
You do it with teaser and not teaser.
Oh my God! Woo!
Hey, nothing like a little conch to start off our day, right? It was all about bombshell confessions, 3-on-1s, and lots of LOVE this week on The Bachelorette.
Yeah, we're in the Bahamas. Things are certainly heating up for our final 6. And joining us live to break things down are former Bachelor Nation cast members Kayla Quinn and Charlene Joint. Hello, ladies. Thanks for stopping by.
What's
Good
up,
to
you
see
guys?
you.
Thanks for having us. Oh my gosh, of course. Okay, let's get right into it. Let's talk about that big Colton confession to start things off. So we were kind of been prepping this whole season, but Becca seemed absolutely floored to learn that Colton is a virgin. So, Kayla, what did you think about Becca's reaction? I mean, she actually had to get up and leave.
I mean, I think it was definitely over-exaggerated. Let's be real. She didn't need to go off and leave. Some producer probably called her aside, but I think she was taken aback because he looks like he'd have so much action.
Well, yeah, my wife said the same thing. Like, really? That guy? Wow. And you're right.
Really strong-willed.
The walk-off, though, was so ridiculously dramatic, right? Like, she just goes off and contemplates what he told her, and then comes back and says basically nothing.
I know. You want to just like sit there and ask questions?
Yeah.
For real, she probably in her head was like, I could take care of that real quick.
So, moving on, Charlene, Becca kept talking up their chemistry. She's clearly very attracted to him, but do you think this is ultimately going to hurt his chances of ending up with her? I don't know. Does the experience thing matter to her at this level?
I think it does. I mean, the whole point is to find your mate in life, and part of knowing how compatible you are is that sexual compatibility, and the fact that that can't really be discovered, at least not within the confines of the show, most likely.
The fantasy suites are still ahead. We don't know.
Yeah, or if he doesn't have the experience, then there's really no pressure for her because she'll be the best, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, I feel like that's a lot of pressure on her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be pretty sure it's him if you're gonna.
Yeah.
Take that. You're right.
Now, Tia shows up again next week and says she wants to talk to Becca. I mean, this can't be good for Becca and Colton. What is your prediction about this drama coming back?
I feel like Tia's gonna say that she still has feelings for Colton because it did end so abruptly, and paradise is around the corner, and maybe she wants him there.
Is that fair, though, for her to come back and kind of take Becca's spotlight away?
I do feel like maybe she didn't, this is something she might have felt in the beginning, but she didn't necessarily expect Colton to make it quite so far. Mm-hmm. Back when that happened, there were still 20 guys, so I feel like maybe after seeing him, seeing how far he's getting, it's a bit like, oh, actually, I feel icky about this.
Yeah, I don't know. Her coming back with all that is kind of strange to me. Let's move on to this. So our second one-on-one of the week went to Garrett. He makes a pretty big confession saying that he's falling in love. What do you think about these two and their time together? Are you confident that Garrett and Becca are falling for each other? What do you think?
I mean, her reaction felt very natural and priceless. I was in that moment, and I think that they are falling in love with each other.
That's exactly my reaction to them. It's very natural. They have a chemistry that's more just seemingly effortless than anyone else on the show, as far as I'm concerned.
Right, and also the producers gave them extra time to go skinny dipping. I feel like this is something they're really building a solid relationship.
Yeah. Now, Garrett talked a little more about his ex-wife this week. Look, Becca has her own fears that stem from this. What kind of other conversations do these two need to have in order to move forward, especially when coming to family visits and stuff?
Well, she said she needed him to open up more, and he tried to open up.
Yeah, he said she wanted to feel challenged and that she was looking for more depth. And then at the end of the day, she said she felt she got those things. So I do feel like she's very serious about him and goes into each date knowing exactly what she needs. And then so far, he keeps passing with flying colors.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like as they go and it keeps gaining steam, it just becomes more and more like, oh, this has got to be it, this has got to be it. But anyway, our final one-on-one in the Bahamas went to Blake. He also has some very important information to get off his chest that he actually is in love. Charlene, what do you think about their chemistry this week? Is this enough to kind of carry it?
I'm curious to know if you agree with me on this, Kayla. I don't know. I'm feeling a cooling from Becca over.
But is it just because they showed so much of his doubt? They showed a lot of him being frustrated and I don't know, I'm second guessing.
Yeah.
Does that kind of taint your view?
Maybe.
Because I'm worried. I'm thinking that with me.
Yeah, I think so, but I also feel like she's more into Garrett and Colton.
Yeah.
And even Jason possibly at this point.
I agree, and I think that the fact that they're just airing those segments of Blake nervous is just justifying
when he's inevitably
Do you
gone.
feel like when he's inevitably gone?
Yeah.
And you know what? I sympathize with Blake. I think that you just start getting seeds of doubt because she's not affirming him at all.
No.
Yeah.
And the one time she does, she's like, I love how you open up, but it's not like I'm so attracted to you.
Right.
I can see our future together. Her affirmations are very short-sighted.
Yeah, and it seems like Blake's starting to unravel this episode. Is that going to ultimately just damage his whole relationship with her?
Yes. That's like an implosion waiting to happen because the thing is you have to walk in confident and the lead is always waiting for you your reaction. And if he's nervous, then she's like, oh my gosh.
That happens in normal dating, and I imagine on a show like this, it's just like off the charts.
Off the charts,
so
yeah.
much work.
It was such a bad sign that she went up to Blake and was like, just so you know, I am dating other people. Like, you know that. You don't need to remind us.
Yeah, don't worry. We're faced with they're faced with it every single day.
Yeah.
All right, got to talk about the dreaded 3-on-1. Poor Leo sent home early on. The tearjerker though comes with Will's elimination. I mean, this guy is so genuine. I mean, honestly, he's one of the most sort of heartfelt guys on the show this
He's
season,
so
as far as I'm
sweet.
and people on Twitter were torn apart by him leaving. Charlene, were you surprised by Becca's decision?
No.
No.
Were you?
Why not? What do you?
I feel like for a while now, I mean, he told her he was falling in love with her last week. She gave the group date rose to Colton.
Yeah, didn't
That's
reciprocate
not a good
at all,
sign.
right?
Yeah.
And then this week, like, they didn't really talk about anything. They just sort of like made out. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
eventually sent him
He's
home.
like one final makeout just to see.
Yeah.
No, not really. Here.
And we're
He had real feelings, like when he was driving around the car and like getting emotional,
Yeah.
and then it was a flash of her kissing.
Oh god, the way they cut that was so painful.
Horrible. But luckily, Will's will be heading to Bachelor in Paradise this summer. Kayla, are you excited for this? Who do you hope he finds a spark with?
I don't even remember
can't
what
even-
girls are on.
No.
I hope he'll definitely find a spark.
Yeah.
He looks like he's a catch. He'll do great.
He seems like a relationship kind of guy too. Like
No, he
he's
is.
gonna treat a woman so well.
Yeah.
And be so stylish.
Yeah,
Probably help out
like
her
the best
wardrobe.
shirts ever. Yeah.
All right, next week, ladies, hometowns. It's obviously when things get really interesting. Who are you looking forward to the most? Whose family do you think she'll click with the most? Or she hopes she clicks with the most? I don't know. What do you think?
I'm feeling Garrett simply because she has made so many comparisons to her father, and like he reminds her of her upbringing, and I just feel like there has to be a reason behind that.
Totally.
Kayla, you got a question on Twitter. Someone wants to know who you think will have the craziest hometown and why.
Who will have the craziest hometown?
On the spot.
I think maybe Colton.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his family is like, he comes from a football family. Usually they're really opinionated, so maybe.
Intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that Garrett is the most kind of like, if this goes well, he's in. That's that kind of thing. All right, well, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Kayla, guys, make sure to tune in to The Bachelorette every Monday night on ABC. Well, it is official. 11-week-old Prince Louis has been christened, and the ceremony took place on Monday at St. James Palace. Here with all the details about his big day is our royal correspondent, Imogen Lloyd-Webber. So great to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's jump in here. Prince Louis, big entrance. It was the first time we saw the happy family of 5 for the first time all together. Break down their arrival for us.
Yeah, the christening took place at the Chapel Royal in St James's Palace in London. Both Prince George and the then Meghan Markle were also baptised there. Prince Louis Arthur Charles, who has taken Prince Harry's place as 5th in line to the throne, was sleeping well like a baby when he arrived in Princess Kate's arms. She chatted with Justin Welby, the Archbishop of Canterbury, who was conducting the service at the door of the chapel. When the Archbishop pointed out the sleeping prince, Kate responded, "Let's hope he stays like this." Prince William held the hands of both his other children. Princess Charlotte looked slightly quizzically at the Archbishop. They were followed by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Of course, the Archbishop is a familiar face for them. He officiated at their wedding in May.
I would have loved to have seen that quizzical look. Louis, looking sharp though, he's all decked out in his christening finest. The gown he wore is very significant, as they always are. Tell us about this.
Yes, Prince Louis was keeping with royal tradition, wearing the same gown both Prince George and Princess Charlotte wore for their own ceremonies. It's a replica of the historic royal christening gown first worn by Queen Victoria's eldest daughter, also named Victoria, in 1841.
Wow.
That heirloom was worn by 62 royal babies, including the Queen, Prince Charles and Prince William, but it became too fragile, so a painstaking replica was made.
All right, we also couldn't help noticing how stunning Mom Kate looks. I feel like we've seen the ceremony suit dress before. Am I right or wrong?
No, but I know why it looks familiar to you, eagle-eyed Jeremy. It's an Alexander McQueen. She wore the designer for both Prince George and Princess Charlotte's christenings, as well as her own wedding. Yesterday, she wore another pale McQueen dress with a structured shoulder detail and a dramatic Jane Taylor head.
There you go. Of course, we're all about the royal fashion. Let's talk about Uncle Harry and Aunt Meghan, who are celebrating one of their first big family events as husband and wife. We can never wait to see what chic move she's going to make next. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, Meghan wore an olive green Ralph Lauren dress, which featured a boat neck, one of her go-to styles, and a hat by Stephen Jones. She also carried matching olive green gloves and a clutch. The newly minted Duke and Duchess of Sussex have a busy week ahead. Today they head to Dublin. It's an official trip, but they will get stopped by the Guinness Storehouse.
Very
I'm sure
good.
Harry will have fun with
Yes, a little work, little play. Back to the christening, though. On Monday, Kensington Palace shared some sweet details about the ceremony itself. How did it all go down?
Yeah, Prince William and Princess Kate chose chose 2 hymns, 2 lessons, and 2 anthems, one of which was composed for their wedding. The hymns were "O Jesus, I Have Promised" and "Lord of All Hopefulness." The song they chose for the processional was also played at their wedding and at Prince Charles and Princess Diana's wedding in 1981. 2 of the godparents did readings, Lucy Middleton and Guy Pelly. Afterward, William and Kate hosted a christening tea at Clarence's house, and a tier of their wedding fruit cake was served. The tradition also occurred at the celebrations after Prince George and Princess Charlotte's christenings. The cake may have been made 7 years ago, but the alcohol in it acts as a preservative.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's also been reported that Prince Harry spent $10,000 on a first edition of Winnie the Pooh for his nephew's christening gift.
Wow. $10,000, and that baby's going to drool all over it. Let's just be real, Imogen. I've got kids. All right, you mentioned 2 of Louis' godparents already. Let's get into that. We know now that he had 6 godparents at his side during the ceremony. Walk us through who William and Kate chose for that honor.
Yeah, royal godparents are always a revealing look into a royal couple's inner circle. The godmothers include Lady Laura Mead, a joint friend of the couple, and Hannah Carter, who is a school friend of Kate's. A cousin of Kate's, Lucy Middleton, was also included, as we mentioned. Meanwhile, Louis' godfathers include William's longtime pal, Nicholas Van Cutsem. Fun fact, Nicholas is married to Alice Haddon Peyton, and her brother Harry was in Downton Abbey and is currently on Broadway in My Fair Lady. He recently got nominated for a Tony Award.
Full circle here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Nicholas is also uncle to this familiar face, Grace Van Cutsem, who stole the show at William and Kate's 2011 wedding when she covered her ears on the Buckingham Palace balcony. Who could forget her? As for Louis' other godfathers, Harry Aubrey Fletcher is one of William's school friends, and Guy Pelly is a longtime friend of William and Harry's. They got up to mischief in his nightclubs back in the day. Guy even planned William's bachelor party.
There you go. Prince Louis is definitely in good hands there. Thank you so much, as always, Imogen. Good to see you.
Of course, good to see you.
Unconfirmed reports of a large seismic event off the California coast, with reports of power outages across the United States.
Why didn't you come back?
I didn't know where else to go.
Have you talked to Sam?
We got disconnected.
What's the last thing she said?
She sounded scared.
Let's look at what we know, Will. We have no idea what's happening. Yet we got F-22s doing flybys. My only daughter, she's alone, 2,000 miles away. So I only have one question for you. Are you coming with me?
Well, man, it's serious. The seismic event has thrown everything into an apocalyptic chaos, and how it ends. Now, a man and his father-in-law have to put their differences aside and go across the country to save their wife and daughter, who is, by the way, pregnant. Lots of drama here. Forrest Whitaker, Theo James, and Kat Graham co-star in the movie. Excited to have you all here today. Welcome.
How's it going? I love that you guys color coordinated.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
You not.
By the way, this could be a...
It doesn't actually look that bad on the camera.
We did it together.
We're all in.
Yeah.
This could be, minus the chaos, this could be a really great comedy road trip buddy comedy. I just, you know,
It is
right?
that, exactly.
Is that what it is?
Exactly what it is. Let's talk about it. We've seen a lot of end of the world type movies. So what's the thing, your favorite thing about this one that sets it apart from the rest?
I mean,
That's it.
That's pretty much
That's it. Literally, that is the thing. Theo, let's talk about this. It seems like a fun thing to film this type of movie. Obviously, there's a lot of special effects, right? And you've done some action stuff. You know what it means to, be a tough guy in film.
Kinda.
But there's some fun action here. What was the most, exciting, maybe challenging thing to take on in that regard, as far as getting your hands dirty, getting in there?
Well, it's kind of a big part of the movie is a road trip, essentially, a bit like The Road or Children of Men-esque. So we were in the car a lot, and they had this top rider, and we were the guy on top of the car is basically driving the car at mega breakneck speed, and then you're essentially imitating what's
Fake driving,
happening.
right.
So it was kind of like a roller coaster.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Forrest, you're an Oscar-winning actor. Apparently, according to Kat and Theo, you're the reason to watch this movie. So I want to know from you.
I think it's like about the.
But I want to know from you, what got you most excited about this film?
I was excited about the idea of working on this project because I guess at the center of it, it's about love. And I thought that was kind of interesting to me, as to be born. I mean, I think, my love of my daughter, and his love of my daughter. Just generally love of Kat.
The centerpiece of the whole thing. Oh, that's great. Kat, for you, look, you've got the acting, you've got the music stuff. Where do you feel, as an artist, where do you feel like you really kind of get to express yourself in the best way?
I love playing any character that has a fight, the fight to win, the fight to succeed. I love playing powerful women, and I love this script so much because I never wanted to play like the fair maiden that needs a man, but the script has so many twists and turns, and David Rosenthal did such a great job directing it, and it's definitely full of surprises. It's not what you think it is, and I'm excited for all my girls to go see this.
We always like the behind-the-scenes stuff. Did you get these guys to sing with you a little on set, like to kind of break the seriousness of the mode?
No, I know Theo had done a bit of music, so we definitely connected with that.
And hip-hop guy.
Forrest, you've got some pipes too, right?
You sing on Empire.
I have sang on Empire. That's past, and
That's gone. She's the singer.
She's the one. She's got an album coming out.
Yeah.
You guys seem to really get along. How quickly did you bond when you first got to set? Was there something, did you like hang out before?
Took a long time. They're still struggling.
I think any woman would bond with Theo very instantaneously, and Forrest is just you're such an iconic and humble, amazing person to work with. It's just, I had literally the most amazing time working with these guys.
That's amazing.
Super easy.
Now, of course, the story revolves around this man's fractured relationship with his father-in-law. We know how family can be, especially if you're going on a road trip. There's probably family members you don't want to actually be stuck in a car with.
It could be the worst.
Did you, while filming this, did you learn any lessons or something you thought about, man, if I was doing this in real life, like how would I handle dealing with family in this stressful environment?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an interesting theme because the film is really about what happens when chaos, begins in a country, and I think that it's a kind of zeitgeist it's quite American in a way, because America's this built on kind of a frontier town, and the idea that things could change very quickly, and if there's no power, no cell service, society breaks down, and it's kind of scary in that way. But yeah, it kind of made you think, what would the first things you would do if suddenly you were kind of stranded? Mine would be less heroic than the movies.
Like cowering in the corner, like waiting on someone. Obligatory what-if question. The real-life apocalypse happens tomorrow. You get to make it out alive with one thing. What's your must-have? Can't live without it. It cannot be a person, and it can't be a phone.
I just had this visual of me rolling with my 2 dogs under each arm.
Okay, the puppy. Because earlier I said my cats.
He said his cats. I'm like, why would you pick your cats?
Counting it with my dogs.
Your dogs, Forrest. What's the thing?
I guess it can't be a person?
It cannot be a person or your phone.
It has to be, okay, then I should let Theo answer.
It's got to be your Oscar, right? Like you run with that thing. Tuck it in and go. This thing's going with me.
Why would you take something, like I would take a knife. Like, I'd go into the drawer and grab a knife.
Or a torch.
Again, the Oscar. It's a defensive tool as well as...
It comes to the fact that I've got to even consider using a knife.
Once I have the knife,
it's over.
I love that. I love thinking about that stuff, but it's cool that it's just a movie and not real life.
It is. That's true. There's no apocalypse.
Let's talk about this. Forrest, Empire fans love you as Uncle Eddie on the show. Now, season 4 ended very dramatically. I mean, you had Lyon's family, loss of Empire, several deaths, Cookie and Lucia's marriage. Is Uncle Eddie going to pop up on season 5? Have you seen scripts? Can you give us any little teaser?
He'll pop up.
Yay!
Okay, he's popping up.
Have you seen or heard anything about filming or where the storylines?
I know that they want me to go film like about a week and a half, something. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
You said it earlier. You said the singing thing happened. Is it? Are we going to get a little more?
No more singing.
No more singing.
No, I don't think so.
That's it.
Yeah.
Was that like the thing?
Maybe I'll try to hum and you just thought I'll watch you.
No, thank you. Please do.
Well, what is your favorite thing about working on Empire? Because it's an amazing show and you're so great on it.
It's just unexpected, you never know what's going to happen, And when you look at the drafts and you're working with everybody, there's no like limitations to what you can like kind of push in your feelings and stuff, and I think that's kind of interesting.
Let's hit this really quick for us. You're just announced as a co-host for the Global Citizens Festival in honor of Nelson Mandela. The guest list is insane. Beyonce, Oprah, Naomi Campbell, Pharrell Williams. Maybe these two will come. We don't know. It's an amazing cause. What are you most looking forward to with that, and what does it mean
With the concert's about ending, poverty in the world, and so we're trying to raise like really $1 billion to be able to work on the eradication of poverty in the world. And so I've been working with Global Citizens since 2016, and we've been trying to move that idea forward, trying to get citizens to realize that they have their own individual power, and that if they take actions, then these actions can actually change our world.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing.
That's really great.
Yeah, what about for you two? Do you have a project coming up that you're really excited about, or some like summer plans?
Yeah. I Cutthroat City. And a movie called Poison Rose, and doing Ninja Turtles.
And
Oh
music.
my gosh, so many.
Music, and that's enough about me.
2 or 3 things.
I'm playing Jabba the Hutt in the new Star Wars.
Oh my goodness.
Ah.
An amazing turn. An unexpected
Yay,
turn.
breaking news.
You just never know. You just never know what's going to happen.
I can't wait to see
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna go method as well, so I've got to
Yeah, right.
really
Start packing it on.
pounds.
Yeah.
Well, on a completely different note, we are People Magazine. We love talking about this stuff. Forrest, you're a bit of a trend setter, so credit where credit's due. You named your daughter True 19 years before Khloe Kardashian did.
Yeah,
I mean,
forget Oscars.
how did you react when you found out that Khloe named her baby True?
I thought, yeah, it's a beautiful name.
Yeah, you picked it before she did.
Great idea. It was definitely a great idea. Guys, it's so great to talk to you about all things, including Baby True. Thank you for being here. Guys, you can check out How It Ends and all these other projects as well, but How It Ends streaming this Friday on Netflix. And coming up tomorrow, guys, Colleen Ballinger, known as YouTube sensation Miranda Sings. She's here filling us in on her latest book and talking about life as an expecting mother.
Yes, plus I'm hanging out with Dwayne The Rock Johnson at the movie premiere of Skyscraper. All the red carpet clips you do not want to miss. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.